Hello, my name is Samuel Kuyangana, the AARU student for the Department of BL, Bachelor's in Entrepreneur Leadership. This is the meeting with Mr. Emmanuel, who is the teacher in rural school, the secondary one. This meeting is aimed to interview this teacher for gaining more knowledge or more materials for accessing more informations regarding my mission. My mission is concerning to improving the accessibility, the quality, accessible education for people with disability, especially in rural areas in Rwanda. I am to understand the key barriers and opportunities and perspectives from different stakeholders in order to contribute to creating more inclusive and effective education systems. That's why we are here for this interview. First of all, welcome and thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for your time. And I really know that I'm going to gain more rather than what I have on my journey, on my mission. You are welcome, and you may please come and start with introducing for yourself.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Samuel. I hope that you are getting my voice
Yeah,
as
perfect.
I am speaking.
Yeah, perfect.
I know that my names are there, Jingo Emmanuel.
Yeah,
As you said, I am a teacher in rural areas. I'm in Huye district,
yeah,
Simbi sector, and I work with, or I teach students in a secondary school.
yeah,
You normally teach English and the Kiswahili.
yeah.
And I do have experience of 3 to 4 years teaching those languages.
Right.
So I hope that we are going to share some useful information, but
Yeah.
I don't think that I am going to give you more information than you
Mm.
had. We are going to share.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. That's enough to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's enough. That's enough. Mr. Emmanuel, for digging into deeper for this mission and the content of it or the information we need here, as I have said, this is regarding to my mission. I'm majoring in my studies, improving or promoting or making some positive change to this domain of how the people with disability can increase the rate or the extent of accessing the quality education, especially in rural areas of Rwanda. Why rural areas of Rwanda? The people with
Mhm.
disabilities or students with disabilities, those disabilities made them to be special for somehow, and they need special treatment.
Mm.
That's why those special treatment, it is not all the time. Most of the time, they are not enough, or even they are not there for some extent. That's why I am eager to learn from you as the one and the key one who is on the field. I have a couple of questions here I want to ask you and gaining more. First question, can you describe your experience teaching and
Okay.
interacting with the students who have disabilities in your school or in your work?
Thank you. I may say that according to my experience in teaching, I have encountered different issues while we are approaching and trying to teach or to
Mm,
include
mm,
students with a disability. It is even a bit harder to recognize them because they feel somehow not comfortable while they are included in those students who don't have that disability,
yeah,
especially visual impairment ones.
yeah,
They don't feel easy or comfortable to contribute while they are in group. According to teachers, while they are in class, or let me say, like me, when I am in class, it is not easy to approach them because they are minority. Let me say that
yeah, yeah,
there are few in class. You will find some. You will find one student in a class, maybe A. When you go into another, you will not find the other one. It means that even to recognize them, it it requires more effort and more concern
mm,
about those students. So I may say that we still have a journey, and we
yeah.
still have a lot to do, and to put in mind that whenever I am teaching, I have to recognize those students with the visual impairment, not only that one, even those with the other difficulties in learning.
Thank you,
I
thank you.
think
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
that's all.
Another, yeah, a rhetorical question for that. Can you make to us the comparison between the those challenges and or barriers between the barriers which are occurred in your work in the rural areas compared to different one, schools in the city or in town, small, big ones. What
Yeah.
is the difference if they are?
The difference is obvious. When you are in a rural area,
Mm,
you will find in class there is no electricity,
sure.
and those students, most of the time, they need tools which are rechargeable.
Yeah.
Uh, it means that which they use electricity power. So in that case,
Electric
to
devices
give
or
them
yeah.
or to provide them with those tools,
Mm,
it becomes a big issue. Even to get them in a nearby school or any other school which is near, yeah? So that to lend or to borrow them from there, it is a big issue. The other thing, it is the um,
infrastructures, the how
mentality.
the classroom are being set up, or the
Yeah,
infrastructure, are they accessible to them? The classroom set
yeah.
up, teaching
Thank you
materials,
for
and, yeah.
contributing.
Yeah, yeah,
I may say that teach. I was a little talking about it,
yeah, yeah.
but as I've been telling you, those equipment like
Mm.
braille machine, laptop, maybe laptop computer with
For
JAWS, they
students
are
with
not even
visual
known.
impairment. Yeah, 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 yeah.
They are not even known in this community. Whenever they find you typing uh, with the
It's a strange
JAWS,
thing. It's a strange thing.
they are astonished.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep.
They are asking themselves, what is this for? Or what is he doing? Is
Mm,
he capable of getting what
yeah,
Josie is telling him or her? The mentality and even accessibility or having access to that or to those equipments, it is even a big problem in
yeah,
rural areas.
sure.
Uh, Leave alone equipments, even the mindset is there. They think that those learners, they are not allowed to be part of class, something like that.
I get you. I get
We
you.
do have many problems in the rural area if you compare them to urban
Urban
areas.
ones. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Another question. Which groups or institutions, such as schools or parents or government or even NGO, that play the role for providing the support to students with disabilities, and how effective do you think their support is? How fast they are? Institutions, the NGOs, or who are
Okay.
there for providing those materials or those
Okay.
assistive devices for
Uh,
making their teaching or
okay. Thank you.
accessing education
I
is.
may I may start with thanking
Yeah,
the government of Rwanda. In that regard, we do have Rwanda Education Board.
yeah,
It does what it is expected of
yeah,
them as the institution or the Rwandan institution, which is there to support education and to provide learners with the disabilities, not only those disabilities, but all of students in the country, but
mm,
especially to those with the disabilities. It makes what it can. They are providing like they are providing with the students with the disability
mm,
with the accessible materials like laptop with those softwares like JAWS or any other screen reader. It means that they recognize them
yeah,
and they put in their planification that they are there and they are going to support them while being included and being taught as any other students.
yeah,
REB is there. It provides a braille machine. It
mm-hmm,
provides a Brailleino.
mm-hmm,
Brailleino is a tool that is
mm.
used to read and type that tactile, which is
That
called
that
Braille.
support for the students with disability, but
Uh,
for the visuals.
to read,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, to
Mm,
read and write in those symbols tactile. It is called Braille. And they do even train teachers on how to use those equipments. They tend or they sometime organize training so that teachers who will accommodate and teach those students with disability, especially with visual impairment, they get trainings on how those equipments are used, and we are thankful they help. That's REB, and we do even hear that REB is supported by MasterCard Foundation in those trainings that they provide. It means that MasterCard sometimes provides some equipment
tangible one
in
and
partnership
even
with the
intangibles.
REB.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Thank
think
you.
that's
Yeah.
all.
You've
REB
talked.
is there and it has its partner.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Its partners to cooperate so that the quality education is given to those students with the disabilities, especially with the visual impairment.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. And you've tackled to what I was going to ask you about this teacher training. How do you measure the impacts that
Yeah.
made by this teacher training, mentally, socially in the community, but starting at the school? How do you measure the impact made by this teaching training?
I may say that they are there to help
Yeah.
the student as well as teachers who are going to support and facilitate in class and teaching those students with the disabilities
Mm.
when they are when we are being trained when we are being trained, we find it useful and impactful, and thinking that it is going to help us to deliver and approach those students with the disabilities and try to help them as we can and equip them with the knowledge and skills that expected with them. But when it comes to implementation, it becomes a bit harder because, as we have been saying, those equipments, there are few
Mm.
at field. I
Mm.
mean at school, where we conduct these or we meet with these students with a disability while we are in class. We find ourselves trying to implement what we've been trained for, and we get stuck because of equipments. They are not available. If they are there, they are few. They are not even going to help all of those students who are there to participate in class. For example, you may find computers are there, but they don't have JAWS. Bredino is there, but how we we use it to recharge it, you may find yourself in a rural area where we don't have electricity power. It will be even a problem. And the other thing is that convincing the parent to bring their children to school to be part of inclusive education, they think that it is something which is impossible. It is hard to convince them that a student with a disability may even study together with the normal ones. The other thing, according to trainings, we are trained on how to teach remotely, saying that online, without being in the class. It means that we may use electronic tools like a computer and smartphones. They are there. We are taught how to use them in terms of providing quality education.
And access
But
for them.
we find ourselves in a school that doesn't have internet access. In that problem, putting into practice what we've been trained for, it will become a big problem because we will need such internet to do it. I hope that's enough, and I think that I have answered your question.
Sure. And also, you've not answered only, but also you've answered very well. And thank you for your contribution. Before concluding, let me ask you um, two questions before concluding this interview.
Okay.
One question, have you noticed the improvement or change in how students with disabilities are supported? You said that it is a journey. How can you measure that journey? Is there any improvements which are portrayed compared to the previous years to this nowadays, and even the expectation for coming days or years? How can you, or what can you talk about the improvements or changes which are being made?
I may say that the improvement is already there, even though I said earlier it is a journey, but the improvement is there.
Yeah.
As I said, REB has put its hand in this issue, and it is willing to support, and it is busy looking for partners to help, as it is said, and it is saying right now that those equipments are expensive. That's why we may say that it is a journey, because we know it very well. Those equipments to help students with visual impairment, they are expensive. That's why we say that it is a journey, because we don't have enough partners and institutions to help. But as days are pushing, we hope that the institutions are going to be more, because in previous years we had only one school that would accommodate the students with the visual impairment, and it is known as the Hashpepega Tagara Rwamagana. But right now, we do have inclusive schools, and we do have even special schools that are accommodating and try to provide students with the visual impairment with the quality education. We do have one in Musanze, Kayonza, it is there, and here in Nyaruguru, it is there, Chibeho.
Right.
I may say that we are in a way, even
Sure.
though we are saying that we still have problems, but we hope that in years to come, they are going to be solved if things continue in this way. And we are there to teach and try to convince parents to bring their kids and try to support them because they can make it while they are being supported with the facilitators at the school, because tools are there. I hope that things are going to be solved in future.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, by concluding, let me ask you this question, but I may think this is somehow controversial, which is difficult for you, but you will take a short time for talking it.
Uh,
If you had the power to change one thing, even though I think you have not, you have a certain power, but not a full power. If you had the power to
mm,
change thing in the education system to better support these learners, what would it be and why for you?
Thank you for such important question.
Even 1 minute of
Even though I don't have power,
yeah, yeah,
I may suggest if I am allowed
yeah.
on, I may suggest one thing, and I think it will be impactful to those students with the visual impairment.
Mm,
I may ask the government and its partners to build and allocate special schools that will be in charge of providing quality education while they are in their let me call it expective school as a special school, because it is going to allow them to feel free and be confident enough, thinking that they are valued and they have the right to study as other students are. And the other thing I may suggest, uh, the what I'm just looking for better term to call it.
yeah, yeah.
Let me call it as a um, campaign. Let me call it like that among parents with these students with the disability, because most of them, they do have such mentality of saying that
Campaign for
their kids or
awareness, if
their
I think
children,
awareness.
yeah, awareness,
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
this, something like that. And they try to convince those parents who have the children with the visual impairment to bring them to school, because most of them, they think that there are no schools to accommodate and teach them as normal students. If I was, or if I were in that power, I would suggest something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
First of all, it is the special schools, they are going to be more, and they accommodate only those students with a visual impairment, and they try to find equipment that are going to help them. And the second one, it is awareness among parents who have those students or the children who are going to be the student in those schools, to be aware of quality education to their kids. And being aware that the schools are there and are waiting for them to bring their children to be given quality education. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Mr. Emmanuel. By concluding, is there anything you would like to add before closing? Hello? Maybe you are breaking. And thank you for your precious time. Maybe